Good afternoon, I'm Sean Yao and this is One News Now. The Finance Department is reviewing the list of value-added tax exemptions in a bid to meet revenue targets this year. Finance Secretary Benjamin Diokno noted that the government can no longer afford to accommodate additional exemptions from the current VAT system. This is in response to some lawmakers who are pushing for more discounts for senior citizens. The DOF will release the list of items that are no longer VAT exempt before the end of the year.
With the highest VAT rate, yet compared with the ASEAN peers at 12%, our VAT efficiency is only 40%. So that means there's still some room for improvement. This revenue loss will be higher if we introduce more exemptions to the VAT system. So this means the government cannot afford to lose additional revenues.
Diokno went on to defend the review of tax exemptions, saying that it is better to increase consumption-based taxes like VAT than jack up the income tax.
Consumption-based taxes such as VAT are the preferred revenue source of advanced and emerging economies. Consumption taxes are more progressive. As income increases, households tend to spend a smaller proportion of their income on goods and services from the informal sector, which are typically not VATable.
Moving on to another story, Albay Representative Joey Salceda has called out the Department of Tourism for supposedly demeaning the Mount Mayon. In a Facebook post, Salceda lamented that there was no love shown for Mayon in the logo of the DOT's new slogan, Love the Philippines. Nevertheless, the lawmaker said Albay's tourism will thrive despite the department's snub. In defense, Tourism Secretary Cristina Frasco's husband and Cebu Representative Vincent Frasco noted that Mayon is included in the 50 major volcanoes as represented by 1 pixel in the logo. To that, Salceda said, Mayon deserves better than just 1 pixel. And here are more reactions to the country's new tourism tagline, Love the Philippines, which was launched on Tuesday. Senator Grace Poe said she recognizes the efforts of the tourism department to ramp up its campaign. However, Poe noted that catchy slogans must not be foiled by the, quote, cringe-worthy experience of travelers. Instead, the senator said the government should start with improving airports in order to lure more tourists. Meanwhile, the DOT's new slogan is drawing mixed reactions from ordinary Filipinos.
A welcome change, a better change. Better naman, but we want more investors.
Medyo maganda naman pong pakinggan, sir, yung love. Pero dapat, kung gano'n man yung magiging slogan natin, dapat sana matupad yung mga pangako nila na maging maayos yung pamumuhay ng Pilipinas.
Maganda naman talaga na mahalin natin ang ating bansa. Ang problema nga lang, yung corruption, dapat ma-eradicate talaga yun.
Yun yung dapat sa Pilipino yung love talaga yung nangungunawa. So bagay yung Love Philippines.
And the Commission on Audit has flagged the local government of Liloan in Cebu for making a purchase of lechon or suckling pig worth over 1 million pesos. According to the COA's 2022 annual audit report, the Liloan municipal government bought 207 pieces of lechon for several events, including religious activities and get-togethers. Spending government funds for religious or private purposes is prohibited under the law. Meantime, the COA also found that some cash aid fund remained unutilized in Liloan at the end of 2022, while cash advances of over 500,000 pesos remain unliquidated. The state auditor likewise flagged the municipality's move to hire consultants without going through the proper process. For his part, Liloan Mayor Alju Frasco clarified that the lechon was purchased over time in support of official activities. He added that these, quote, spurious allegations are a poor attempt to shake his constituents' trust in their leaders. We're gonna pause for a quick break, but One News Now will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. One passenger went viral after being stuck inside a plane for 4 hours at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport.
Hello! 4 hours na kami na-stuck dito.
But was only able to deplane at past 9 in the evening. The Manila International Airport Authority apologized for the incident and asked for understanding from affected passengers. MIAA explained that they had to raise a lightning red alert yesterday, which resulted in the delays in deplaning. MIAA is now considering to limit areas covered by the lightning alert over at the NAIA. The objective is to minimize canceled or delayed flights in the country's main gateway whenever there are thunderstorms or heavy rains. During lightning alerts, air traffic and ramp controls should hold incoming aircraft or divert them to Clark in Pampanga. As another option, MIAA Officer in Charge Brian Cos said the covered area of the alert can be reduced from the current 5 kilometers to just 3 kilometers.
Kasi from 5 kilometers from NAIA, aabot po yan ng mga Moonwalk Parañaque, aabot po yan ng BGC. So we're trying to still pag-aralan po ng safety namin. Actually, yesterday we piloted itong from 5 to 3 kilometers. Tinignan namin. Kaya yung naging effect kahapon, mga around more than an hour lang po.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. The Bangko Sentral says the El Nino phenomenon will have minimal impact on inflation. But BSP Deputy Governor Francisco Daquila Jr. admitted that the monetary agency has yet to include the lower than usual rainfall in its latest inflation forecast. The BSP is looking at inflation to settle at 5.4% this year. And Taiwan could soon allow Filipino workers to apply for permanent residency. Taiwanese Foreign Minister Joseph Wu said discussions on the matter are already underway. Taipei is also mulling the extension of the Philippines' visa exemption program, which ends this month. Wu hopes that the Philippines will reciprocate the initiative to Taiwanese citizens as well. And it could take a while before the Philippine government can repatriate the 3 Filipinos who were recently pardoned by the United Arab Emirates. The Foreign Affairs Department said they are still sorting out the paperwork to bring the OFWs back home. The OFWs were being held at the UAE for different crimes, one of whom was already on death row before the pardon. And Madonna has postponed her upcoming tour after being hospitalized for a serious bacterial infection. In a statement on Instagram, her manager Guy Osiri said that the pop star is expected to make a full recovery. Osiri added that Madonna had developed a serious bacterial infection, which led to a stay in the intensive care unit or ICU. Madonna had been scheduled to start a worldwide tour on July 15 in Vancouver, wrapping up in Amsterdam in December. And 2 days to go before the iconic trio of Tito, Vic, and Joey, along with the legit Dabarkads, will be making their return to noontime programming. A mass with TV5 boss Manny V. Pangilinan and a sight blessing of the studio, dressing rooms, and production offices were held this morning. Posters of the legit Dabarkads have been placed around the TV5 Media Center here in Mandaluyong. A nationwide viewing party will also be held on Saturday, July 1 at 11:30 a.m. in different parts of the Philippines. This historic event can also be viewed in several malls nationwide. One News Now will be back at 3 p.m. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.